What is going on, guys? Today I'm doing a little bit of a different kind of video. Today I'm going to do a testimonial with one of my students, Gavin. He's been absolutely killing it, and I wanted to do this video because I think it's super important for those who are looking to get into day trading and wanting to start this journey as a whole. And Gavin's a perfect example. He started working with me about a month and a half ago now, and he's been actually killing it. He got funded, and he's already gotten a payout. So I'm going to let him kind of introduce himself, and I'll get with the questions after that. But yeah, Gavin, it's after you.
Yo, what's up, guys? My name's Gavin Player. Me and Trace grew up racing together, former motocross racer of multiple years, and kind of decided to quit that, start something for myself, and found myself linking up with Trace and starting to trade, get into that. So it's been awesome, really. But yeah,
Yeah, it's super freaking cool. Me and Gavin grew up racing G's since, wow, probably 5, 6 years ago, something like that. A long time, from
yeah.
little bikes all the way up to big bikes. For when we kind of both stepped away from motocross, so it's been super cool. But yeah, about a month and a half ago, he came to me wanting to learn day trading as a whole, and that's when I was hosting one of my trading fundamentals class, and he ended up wanting to join, and so he got the whole spiel of the fundamentals class. He learned all the confluences that you really need to know in order to day trade. And yeah, my first real question for you is, what realistically wanted to get you into day trading, and why did you want to choose my trading fundamentals class?
I feel like what made me want to get into it was the fact that I could control what I did on a day to day basis and still make profit out of it, still make my earning. So when I first saw day trading in your page on Instagram and everything, I was working at a golf course, not doing what I wanted to do. I was very unhappy with my life, and I wasn't in the spot I wanted to be in. You have those moments where you're like, man, like what, I from racing, I was on such an all time high. I was racing, I felt like I was really good at what I did, and when I quit, I didn't have that thing that like made me me. You know, I was actually on a trip to the Dominican Republic, and dude, I swear every post that I saw was day trading, Trace trading. You know, he was doing well. He was doing this is a kid I grew up with. Like me and him really hung out weekends on time at the track, and what made me want to choose his course was like, okay, yeah, I'm interested in this whole trading thing, but I trust somebody. Like I know this guy. I trust him. Me and him went through the ranks together. So it gave me a lot of comfort knowing who he was, and it also just made me proud. Like I knew this kid when he didn't know what trading was, and now he's literally made it his whole entire pursuit of happiness, and this is what he does now. So it's really that's really what like was like the straw that broke the camel's back. Is like I want to do something more with myself, and I trust Trace to teach me how to do this. Like I put all my trust in him, and it's worked out so far, and I'm so pumped at where I am now.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, that's so really cool to hear. And what I know, another quick question for you is, what was it like, making this investment in yourself, and eventually once you got close to your payout, you ended up stepping away from your job, which I'm going to let you talk about. But what was it like making this investment in yourself and seeing results so fast? Because a lot of people struggle to even pass their first funded evaluation from prop firms, in 3 to 5 months, maybe even up to a year, and you passed it in less than a month. It was your first couple weeks on your first ever eval, and then again, you had 5 consecutive winning days and got your first payout. What did it feel like, making that investment in yourself, learning from my trading fundamentals class, tying all the confluences together that I taught you, and making it happen so fast, like feeling that point of, oh wow, I just did that, I just got a payout for myself, that people struggle to do in 5 months, 8 months, even a year, and maybe even longer than that. How did that really feel?
It's crazy. Like nobody like. There's a lot of people online that say, "Oh, trading's fake, trading's this, trading's that." Like one of the most accomplishing feelings that I had since quitting racing dirt bikes was looking at my phone and saying, "Oh, Top Step saying, oh, I got like, your payout," and that was just amazing. What's crazy is that like it was a month. It was less than a month. I didn't expect it. Like as they say, Rome isn't built overnight. Like
Mm-hmm.
nothing happens overnight. It's very hard to you know it's hard to get even an eval pass in the first place. But like one thing that Trace had told me, was like what you put in is what you're gonna get out. No matter what it is, obviously in life, what you put in is what you're gonna get out. I stayed up till 12 a.m. looking at charts, back testing. I wanted it so bad that like it it consumes you in a way, but it's called passion,
Mm-hmm.
like if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it to the fullest extent. So when I passed my eval, I was like, okay, cool. What's next? What do I do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's basic trading fundamentals, but meant so much more if I just listened, and did my studying. Like it all clicked, I guess you could say, at the end of the fundamentals class, because I remember not 2 days later, I think it was, he was like, yeah, we're having some pretty rough market conditions. Maybe just paper trade. I spun a wheel on my phone. And I was like, do I do my eval? Do I not? And I I did it. It just but like Trace always says, be bullish on yourself. Like I believe in myself. I've done 10 times harder than doing this. So why not believe in myself? So really, like the core things that just stuck with me is believe in yourself, be bullish on yourself, understand that a failure is okay because there's always
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then what the biggest mindset was like, what's next, what's next, what's next, and eventually I was like, holy crap, like I've got my account now, I got funded, and now I'm 3 days into a payout, and then I got my two other days. And I remember my last day, I broke even on it, but I moved my stop loss up to 150 bucks once I got
Perfect.
past it because I was not risking it.
100%.
So I got my payout, and I was like, you know what? Like the day that I got that notification, I was like, this is what I want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and I quit my job
Yeah.
like right after that. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, no, that's a
yeah.
big investment in yourself, which is really cool. And the fact that you really believed in yourself. And that's something that I kind of want to point out to those people who are watching this is Gavin was literally just a regular guy that came to me that wanted to learn day trading. And what I kind of found special about Gavin is the work that he put in. Like he was asking me questions, he was backtesting, he was sending me photos, he was showing me all the work that he was putting in the background. He wasn't being quiet about it. And I knew that, it was going to pay off somehow. And so, like I said, for those who are watching this, this is the most perfect example for you, for those who are wanting to start day trading. He put in the work, he put in those hours that he needed in order to master these confluences. And of course, he's still going. But how fast he was able to get funded, how fast he was able to get a payout, feel that feeling of, success, the fact that it is possible, that fast is literally insane. And it all started with Gavin just believing in himself and knowing that it is possible. And all the work that he put in, and something that he really tied together was how whatever I put into this is what I'm going to get out, and he got what he got out of it. So that's what I saw that was really special about Gavin. And like I said, this video that we're doing is no script. This is literally just a conversation. So it's pretty cool for us to be talking about this. And something that I also wanted to ask you that a lot of people are probably wondering, and I've made a YouTube video about this, but a lot of people are interested in wanting to start day trading that actually race. And something that maybe they are watching this is the things that you learn from motocross, and the aspects of working out, having to have a good routine, and staying consistent, and all the factors that go into racing motocross training and so on. What are the few key things that you've taken away from motocross that you learned that you had to tie into your day trading routine?
So it's actually crazy. Like so when I was racing motocross, I had a daily schedule that I did every single day. I didn't live at home; I lived at a training facility. So we woke up every single morning, ate the same thing for breakfast. I went on either a light jog or a bike, a small bike ride, stretched, did yoga, and then I'd go ride for 3 or 4 hours, and then I'd go to the gym, and then I'd eat something good. I'd watch TV, and then I'd go to bed every single day, 5 days a week. Now I wake up at 7 a.m., shower, brush teeth, stretch, set daily bias on charts. Either I go to school at 8 or something like that. I trade during school hours or when I have a gap. And then I go to the gym, I run, ride, and then chill the rest of the day, do an activity with my family or something like that. It's literally all tied together. It's called discipline. Like it's called discipline with what you do every single day. Like waking up at 7 a.m. Not many people wake up at the same time every single day. You know,
Mm-hmm.
not many people go are willing to wake up by 8:30 to go set a daily bias on the charts. Like the main thing that I learned was like tying back to what you said, like putting in the amount of work that you're putting in is what you're going to get out. So like having that daily schedule, having that routine, having the discipline and patience, like everything, like mindset wise too, like everything that I had learned in racing, mainly the discipline, just understanding that some stuff might go sideways, but your patience and your discipline and your overall goal is bigger than that fast reaction, the emotional reaction. And really mainly like the mindset. Really just understanding that yeah, there might maybe some bumps in the road. I had plenty of them while racing. Like I got ended basically because of it, and there's nothing I could have done about it. Say you're taking a bad trade, or you had a bad trade, and it's going towards your stop loss. Like you're not gonna get stopped out and then instantly re-enter the market. Like take some time, walk away from the computer, go on a walk, and then come back. Really understand that it's okay. Like the discipline, the patience, the breather that you have to take, like that all came from racing.
Mhm.
Understanding that it all tied together was really what pieced it together for me. Like understanding the discipline and patience was my main thing.
100%. Yeah,
So
and like a few things I kind of take away from it is the routine of motocross and how mentally challenging it is. When you kind of tie that kind of aspect of
yep,
mentally hard, things you're having to do every single day as far as routine, getting up early, working out, riding, training, 20-minute motos, 30-minute motos, and so on. You kind of tie that into day trading, and it's kind of the same aspect, mentally is, when you're on the track, super locked in, focused, you're trying to stay consistent with those things, not over, going into a rut or, jumping a jump further than you might have the lap before, or any of those things you might have put into aspect, charging harder into a corner, right? You want to stay consistent throughout the entire thing. It kind of goes the same thing with day trading. You want to have a consistent trading model, a consistent strategy, a consistent routine. What are you doing outside of the charts, and so on. So I think a lot of the motocross racers out there that do want to start day trading, you can use those aspects that from motocross to day trading. And honestly, I think a lot of motocross racers have that leg on people that, maybe didn't have that experience with motocross and that started day trading. So I think it's really cool, for people to hear your experience with it and the fact that you race motocross
yep,
as well. And, you've kind of made this big jump in your life, from motocross to a 9 to 5 to day trading to getting funded, getting a payout, and then quitting your job and going all in on this. It's super cool to hear that, and I think a lot of people might be inspired. So that's really cool. A couple
yeah.
of questions, kind of just to wrap it up, is what is with my trading fundamentals class as a whole and the ICE community as well for everybody to be able to join that. What is the value that you've kind of found inside of it, and overall how it's kind of helped your trading still? Because the ICE community is growing, still building inside of it, and it's going really well. We have a lot of people in there that are interested in day trading, business, life as a whole. So it's super cool as well as that. And just a couple key things that really helped you with the trading fundamentals class into your trading journey.
I'd say like the trading fundamentals class, it taught me how to trade. Like if you had asked me a month ago, like to point out, I mean anything honestly on our chart, I would tell you like I don't know what to tell you. I'm lost.
Right.
If you ask me now, I can basically point out basically pretty much anything you want me to see, or point out. But it's really taught me how to trade. It taught me, the fine, characteristics of a trade. What to look for, my confluences, my deliveries, everything that you would want to know and learn about trading. It's in that fundamentals class. Like I said, I was a donut before, dude. I would look for a break in the trend and I would trade off of it, not knowing if it was gonna rebalance or whatever it was. But it really taught me just like it says in the title, the fundamentals of it. What is a trade? What does it mean to trade? Where to take a trade? What to look for in a trade? It's good. And as for the ice community, like I've like those are my boys now. Like I wake up every morning like ready to text them like, "What's up, boys? Like, what are we looking for today? Like, how are we doing?" Uh, it's it's nice to know that regardless of how your trading day went, they're all there for you.
Mhm.
Like doesn't matter. If if you took a really bad trade and everybody else took a good trade, or you took a really good trade and everybody else took a bad trade, like they're always there for you. The calls that we do, the Q&As, like it's the real deal. Like it's a real community. People sometimes join these things just for call outs and everything, but like if you want to learn how to trade, you join this community. Like if you want a good community that are like-minded people that just want to be successful and be the 1% out of the 100%, like that's your go-to. Because my main one out of all this is like I'm tired of being average. I don't want to do this 9 to 5 anymore like the 99% is doing. Like I want to be the 1% that makes a difference. I want to provide for my family. I want to provide for myself, and this is the way to do it. Like I've got my headset on it, and I put my work in. That's for sure, and it's shown, and we're just starting. But I couldn't do anything without the community, the fundamentals class, and like it's it takes an army to get a battle won.
Hmm.
So it's just a start, and it's crazy to see how much it's changed my life. Like I was at a very life altering moment. Didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. Literally just asking the Lord, please just show me a direction. I pop on a plane and I see 150 to 200 reels about trace training and TJR and all of them. Like it's crazy. And I'm like, you know what? This is a sign. Why am I not DMing him yet? Got off that plane and DM Trace, and it's been game over since. It's been unbelievable.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that's so cool to hear. And with that mindset, like you're gonna go super far for real. Like a lot of people struggle to have that kind of mindset, and the fact that you have that mindset this quick into your trading journey is so massive. Like that's how and I know, and a lot of people will know that's what's gonna take you so far. And again, I think it all ties together with your motocross journey and what you learned that way. So that's super cool stuff. And the last question, I guess, pretty much just to wrap this up is for anybody wanting to start day trading and anybody out there that might be confused or lost or, wanting to just start something with their life, I guess just like a little bit of like words of wisdom, you'd give for somebody that's looking to start their journey now.
Take that leap. Text that person. Do something. Like there's so many different outlets. But if you feel like day trading is your thing, text that person. Ask questions, like do your research. You're never gonna get anywhere if you sit idle on a couch. Never, ever, ever. The more that you do, you'll at least get an answer for it. Like nobody's ever gonna shut you down in this world. Like it's crazy to see day trading as a community. Like it's very open arm. We're gonna answer your questions. Especially in our community. Like I feel like anybody that's ever wanted to join, we've answered with open arms. So like if you're really wanting to get into this, first know what you're getting yourself into, because it is consuming. It's fun. Like it's addicting, and you want more. It's a good business model to get yourself into, but understand that yeah, there are peaks and valleys, but you know the pursuit of it is worth it at the end if you just dedicate yourself. But take that leap. Understand it's hard, but you're gonna have people around you if you do it right. That's my just take that leap.
100%. That's super, super important is to take the risk. And overall, like you said, is just believe in yourself. Take the risk and believe in yourself because like
Yep.
a lot of factors into this is like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. It literally goes with this. If you don't
Yep.
take the risk, take the shot, at day trading or at business as a
Yep.
whole, you're never going to know. You're going to lose that. You already,
Even if it's
failed
a
that.
shot in the dark, even if it's a shot in the dark,
Mm-hmm.
at least you tried.
100%,
Like
right?
it's never, you can't ever be mad at a missed shot. Or you can be mad at a missed shot, but you can't be mad, that you didn't try. You did the work at least. So
100%. Yeah, that's
you know,
super important. So, yeah, that pretty much wraps it up there. That is a little bit of a student testimonial that I wanted to show you guys a different type of video. But I'm gonna keep doing videos like this, and I have a lot of more cool things coming. But yeah, thank you, Gavin, for your time, and yeah, that was a super sweet call. Hopefully, you guys found some value in that to start your day trading journey, or as a whole, honestly, just see that it's possible. Right? This is just a face-to-face conversation with somebody that didn't know what day trading was at all, a month and a half ago. Now he's funded, gotten a payout, and he's still putting in the work. So, yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. And yeah, pretty cool call.
yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate
Peace
it.
out.